Hey, how's it going, Gemini? This is Muertero Chris of the channel The Guard Owl. We're going to be doing your monthly read for the month of October 2020. I have given the cards a pre-shuffle, so we're ready to go. We're going to get started. Silence, I ask of the holy kindred, sons and daughters of La Santísima Muerte, high and low. At your wasteful mother, I will relay the things unspoken of, forgotten and kept in secret. Heat and cold as I walk through this home, a far scene which rise in tarot. All right, so we got Temperance. That's crowning your read right now. The Devil in reverse. The Moon. The High Priestess in reverse. Strength in reverse. And the Alchemist. Under the Devil in reverse, we have the Two of Wands. Under the Moon, we have the Six of Wands in the reverse. Under the High Priestess in reverse, we have the Ace of Wands. Under the Strength card in reverse, we have the Ace of Pentacles. And under the Alchemist, we have the Five of Pentacles. All right. So right away, the energy I'm getting with the Temperance card here is, with this Temperance card, I'm feeling a little bit of like, it's almost like the Death card energy, the 13th Major Arcana card almost, already coming from a transition from an old thing into something new, or a few old things into something new. And I'm getting this with this pictorial part of, you know, the transference of from one cup to another, but the fluids are, it's still connected, you know, mid-range, it's still connected. So you're not completely done, and it's in a few phases that are going on right now in your life. So let's go ahead and look into that. So over here we got the Devil in the reverse, and that is crowning the Two of Wands, okay? So I'm getting right now within the household, for some of you Geminis, you have kind of succumbed to a decision and slowing down with some of the vices that you hold, and really taking a broad, you know, look, you know, with this Two of Wands, looked out into the world, you know, possibly find yourself looking out the door, looking out the windows, contemplating lots of thinking. I know for myself, since I'm a Gemini, I did the same thing, but I'm doing this for some of you Geminis out there as well. And this makes sense because this month, October, started with a full moon, and from what I understand, we are going into this month with 8 planets in retrograde. If I'm wrong, somebody go ahead and correct me down in the comments. But that has a lot to do with Geminis, being the fact that, you know, we're the only sign that has a twin. Therefore, we think with both sides of the brain at the same time, yet they kind of go back and forth. Such as the way this looks with the Temperance. You know, there's one side of the brain, this is the other side of the brain. But it's never really one side or the other. They intermingle in such a certain way. The Gemini mind is very different from the rest of the zodiac. And so a thing about Geminis, most Geminis, if not all Geminis, we're very extroverted people. We're a very extroverted sign. However, because of that situation regarding us Geminis, a lot of time we're seen as kind of like, you know, the attention getters, the social butterfly, the one that likes to party hardy, the life of the party. But this is kind of, all of a sudden it's kind of doing a fluidic change. You're still kind of there, you're still doing it, but you're a little bit more closed in on it. And I'm getting a little bit of like a hermetic, you know, the hermit card type energy with that, and starting to get a lot more into philosophical studies, and for some of you out there, getting back to the vices, you know, drinking, you know, smoking herbs, you know what kinds, you know, and possibly any other drugs out there. For some of you Geminis, you know, looking for information, are you on the right path? You know, trying to eat a little bit more healthy, trying to get a little bit more rest. This is what I'm getting underneath the household for you, okay? Moving on, we have the moon in the upright, but it's crowning the Six of Wands in the reverse. So again, going back to the full moon, it's coming through, okay? There we go with that full moon. And again, even though it's the moon card, I'm still getting this kind of feel, this vibe of like the hermit type vibe. Then again, we're getting into the colder weather, so not a whole lot of going out. Plus with COVID-19 on, it's really not a whole lot to do anyway. And again, with the Six of Wands right here, you know, it's kind of like, you know, being the life of the party kind of thing. But because it's in the reverse, definitely kind of hermetic energy is what I'm getting with this, though. You know, and just really kind of your social life just coming a little bit more to a halt, getting more into your studies. And for those of you that have been having a tower moment, that tower moment has now come and gone, and it's now time for you to rebuild a new tower. And that's what you're doing. Okay, so very good, very, very, very good, you know, very good habits that you're building up. Almost like a reconciliation of the self, reconciling with yourself. Things you used to do, you don't want to really do no more. Again, such as myself, also being a Gemini, I too have been going through that. Going on with the High Priestess here in the reverse, and it's crowning the Ace of Wands. So with this Ace of Wands right here in the upright, but though it's being crowned by the High Priestess in the reverse, the High Priestess is a card of, for me, a lot of esotericism, a lot of spirituality. It's, for me, it's the feminine of the Hierophant, but it's the more divine feminine for me. This would be, for some of you Geminis out there in this reading and the vibe that I'm getting, this is more so your spirit guides coming from above down towards you. So it's not a negative card in this read from what I'm getting. What they're offering to you is this Ace of Wands right here. They're offering you the wand and to go forward with it, but you got to reach out for it and grab that wand, okay? And when you do, start getting more into your esoteric studies. For some of you that may not be into esoterics, but maybe for some of you Geminis I'm getting that are still kind of like on the Christian path of things, maybe non-denominational Christians that are possibly still looking into tarot as a means of, you know, curiosity, maybe what it may have to say. If there's any of you Christians that might be looking at this right now, this would definitely fall into your path as well. You know, there's a lot of esotericism in the Bible as well. But for some of you, and especially I'm getting the female aspect of it, for some of you female Geminis, if any of you are watching this, within the next five weeks, you're definitely going to be doing a lot of studying, some esoteric studying, possibly Bible studying. Make sure you take a lot of notes on certain things that stick out to you. For some of you other Geminis that are studying other esoteric books, make sure you get, you know, a notebook. And I do, you know, Spirit's telling me to make sure it's a notebook, not a grimoire or anything. You can later on put some of those notes into the grimoire if they stick out more to you. But right now it's just a time to be taking notes. What I'm also getting through is that we're in that month where the veil begins lifting, okay? That veil is starting to get thinner. And this is the perfect time to start getting into the spiritual, because the spiritual in its own physical form, through its own dimension, is going to start reaching the dimension that we're in, that we physically live on, and it starts making that connection. Hence, again, the Temperance card. Look at this. It's a very spiritual card. This is Spirit Guide right here, making that connection between the two, okay, as that veil gets thinner and it begins to lift. So make sure you pay attention to your questions, put them on paper. If you have any dreams that are coming up, because then again, going back to the moon is also a card about dreams. Most people sleep at night. And so we have 2 full moons this month, okay? Full moon right here, 2 towers in between, you know, the beginning of October and then the end of October on the 31st, okay? We got 2 full moons coming up. Well, we already went through one, but we got another coming up. So, you know, lots of knowledge between both sides of the brain. You're right in the middle. You are spirit, okay? So make sure you feed that. Make sure you feed your souls with healthy food as much as you can. Drink lots of clear fluids throughout the rest of the month, because as it's getting colder, we also are, you know, heading into maybe, you know, possible flu-like symptom season, you know, head cold and whatnot. And that's also important. You got to take care of yourselves, you know, as much as possible if you want to continue doing your studies. Okay. Moving on. So in this line right here, we have the Strength card in reverse, which is another spiritual card, very very spiritual card. It's in reverse, but it's crowning the Ace of Pentacles. So what we're getting here for some of you Geminis is that the strength is down a little bit when it comes down, because this is the love line for me, and there's many different types of love. But in this particular love line right here, it's a time of, though you may be with a significant other, whether it's male or female, you may have to start concentrating a little bit more on yourself a bit, and trying to figure out how to possibly earn your own coin. That goes for a lot of us Geminis, you know. For some of you other Geminis in the single realm, this has a lot to do with you as well, is building up your own strength, because there's a lot of Geminis out there that are possibly on their own, possibly single, with COVID-19, trying to wonder, hey, is there somebody, you know, out there for me? There's somebody out there for everybody. However, it's a little harder to find that person with COVID-19 coming around, and then especially with the colder seasons, nobody really wants to be going out and about anymore. So definitely right now is not too much of a time to really be focusing on the love line, but really focus in on yourself, taking care of yourself, especially with the financial. Make sure you get that coin, okay? And you're going to have a really good month. It's not going to be too abundant, but you're definitely going to have some coin coming in for you in the places that you need. Most especially for some of you Geminis that own your own business, you know, rock it however you want to rock it, as fast as you want to rock that rocking chair. It's totally up to you and how long you sit in it, and you know, get your ass to work and you know, settle down. It's totally how you ride your cards out, okay? It's how you play your cards here. That is what I have for you in your love line. It's a lot about self-care and self-help, you know, self-sufficient. Your overall health in general right here, though, is with the Alchemist covering the Five of Pentacles. So with the Alchemist, it's an amazing fucking card. I love this card to death, very much so. And it, believe it or not, aside from the Lovers being the Gemini card, a lot of people don't know, but in the tarot and the zodiac, Geminis actually have a second card, and the Alchemist is the second card. It's the twin card for Gemini. Gemini has two cards. It's the Alchemist and the Lovers. I like this because it's ending with one of the twin cards. It's the Alchemist, and it's the most powerful one. This has a lot to do with, you know, again, alchemy. And as we were talking about, you know, with the full moon, two full moons, one being in between, right here with the High Priestess in the reverse, you know, studying a lot, feeding your soul with knowledge, and then being about it, getting into the practice, dealing with a divine feminine, you know, taking that wand. You know, here we go again with this Alchemist. And look at what he's doing. He has that book. He has that wand. There's that pentacle. There's that sword or athame. There's that chalice. You know, you got everything going for you. But it's up to you to actually get down and get on into it. Towards the end of the month, for a lot of you Geminis, you're going to feel a whole lot better about this reading, because then again, though we had that Strength card in the reverse, okay, this is like the beginning of it. This is the beginning of October, what you're going through right now. You see this infinity symbol? By the end of the month, it's going to be turned right side up, because there it is. This is the goal that we're going for. This is where we're heading at. This is the goal, okay? Aside from that, we talked about possible 5 weeks. Where did I get the 5 weeks from? Well, I got it right here in this Ace of Wands. You see these right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where I got the 5 weeks from. And then here we end it with the final end of the 5 weeks. 5 of Pentacles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pentacles. Okay? By the end of that, by the end of the month, you may find yourself having to possibly help somebody, maybe do some charitable work. Then again, it is a season. By the time we reach the end of the month and November kicks in, it's time for the family seasons, you know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. So maybe look into possibly getting some charitable work. You know, if anybody's helped you with anything, give a little back. It wouldn't hurt. It might help you out a bit. Well, that's all I got for you, Geminis. I hope you enjoyed the tarot card reading. Like, share, and subscribe. If you would like a personalized reading, you can get in touch with me. I will leave my contact information at the description box down below. And we'll see you next month, Gemini. Have a good one. God bless y'all.